Hello all you Flower Mania fanatics. This is Marty coming at you from Johannesburg, Michigan. And our daffodils are out. It is springtime, April 22nd, 2012. Look at those daffies, they're so pretty. And my irises might actually come up. And it looks like the pink coneflower, echinacea, are coming up. Now, as some of you may or may not know, after 2 years of unemployment, not being able to find the right position, I have found a job, and my loving husband has come out and cleaned out all the old alyssum from last year and gotten my flower beds ready for me for this year. So I have the most wonderful hubby of all. This is a Mystic Fairy Rose. And my husband has given me one rose for each year of our marriage. So here in this bed, the balloon flower, which I probably am going to move, I keep saying I'm going to move, is there. I've got to find something new for up in here. These are some allium. This is allium that's coming up, and that's going to stay, but this is phlox. My husband got me some phlox I think two summers ago, and I'm going to move the phlox, but the allium is going to stay because I'll show you in the other rock bed, I want allium and my, oh gosh, my other stuff. I might think of it when I get over there. But then this is another Mystic Fairy right here. And we'll have alyssum in here like we did last year. In this flower bed, again, thankfully, my husband has helped me by getting all the alyssum out. And he actually raised up the bird bath a bit. Originally, the bird bath was just sitting right on top of the rocks, and he put some dirt in there to give it a little bit more height. This bird bath, by the way, is simply one of those large pot, garden pot water holder thing that you put, garden pot saucer, that we decided was big enough. And it also had, if you can see, it has a ceramic on it to hold the water in. We got to clean that out a bit, but so that worked out really good for a bird bath. We call this our grotto for the birds. Our mourning doves will come in. They'll actually land about here, and then they'll walk in, or they'll land right on the rock and then have a little bath in the bird bath. This rose here is the first rose my husband got me. This is a double knockout, and we moved it last year and cut it back a little bit too much last year, so we're hoping it will do much better this year now that it's had a chance to just be. So we'll see. And again, we'll have alyssum all in through here. We really like the look of that. Being Johannesburg Cardinals, we have red roses with white alyssum. Our team colors are red, black, and white. So here is the other Mystic Fairy Rose that we had. And in this flower bed, the bummer is when this rock got placed, it got placed on top of a shrub. And so the shrub continues to try to grow out. Don't know what it is, but this is Snow on the Mountain that my mother gave me. And I just remembered what it's called. This is muscari. These little guys right here are muscari. I really like those. So the plan, I've got allium and the muscari here. The plan is to divide some of the muscari and put it in the other bed over there, so that both these beds will have the same thing. And I like the idea that the muscari comes out first, and then the allium will have that all the way through, I think mid-June my blooms will last. So very excited about that. Now last year I had thrown some volunteer pansies here in the lilac bed. They did not come back up this year, I don't think. I haven't seen any blooms yet. And my husband again cleaned out the dead plant material and clipped off all the shoots from the lilac. This is a lilac bush, and you can see that it's already starting to green up. But and we'll get lots of shoots. It looks so nice the way he's got it trimmed up. So I probably am going to plant pansies in there again because I did like the look of that. We did not do alyssum over here, And in the middle I had some creeping thyme. I hoped that that would fill in the whole bed, but it did not last very well. So we'll either do pansies or I'll find some more creeping thyme and we'll throw it in there. The next part of the garden, the flower garden, is the daylilies. And as we talked about it before, these daylilies, there's 3 rows. I'll be taking the back row out. And my husband's already got... I have such a wonderful husband. I have to say that again because I've been so exhausted with this new job. And he already knows, we've talked about the plans for the garden. So he went ahead and finished the daylily rock garden that will go to here. This rock right here is in honor of Leo and Max. We grabbed that up on the beach in Negaunee, Michigan, when we went to pick up the boys on November 12th. So we've got a rock to dedicate to the boys. Anyway, and then he's moved our big rock that we had at the end of that garden here, and he's already got the dirt dug up for me to take the daylilies all the way out. We're also going to be taking out the coreopsis that Mom gave to me, and we're going to have to put the sod back in. So my husband, smart man that he is, saved me out the sods. We've got a little sod garden over here and additional rocks for working on the garden. We've got that saved out, got the dirt saved out. Here is the compost lasagna. He's been digging a little bit out of that to put on some of our gardens. So let's go take a look at the coreopsis real quick. Go in the fence. Last year, when Mom and Dad gave me the coreopsis, or when Mom gave me the coreopsis, well, they both did, I'm sure. If we put it here, I had left it in the pots too long and it burnt, but putting it in here, it's come up very nicely. So I'm going to find a new place for that, and I'll show you actually where I'm going to put it. So we'll dig this back out again, and then Joe will put the sod back here so we'll have sod again. The reason we're taking the coreopsis out is because the boys, Max boy right there, the boys like to dig in here. So a flower bed in their playpen, so to speak, has not worked very well. Dogs will be dogs and they like to dig. So we have also taken the rocks out of here and we'll be replacing this flower bed. This sedum is funky. It has really wavy stems as opposed to straight ones like the ones in the front. So we'll probably donate that to the ditch and let it just grow in the ditch over there. So we're going to come out the back fence. Sometimes it's hard to find the opening. There's the Leo. Hello, the Leo. Hello, the Max. Okay, so over here you can see that we have the 3/4 round moon cut out, and in this bed right here is the hosta. My mother has already potted up some hosta for me, about 9 of them, and we're going to put the hosta in right in here. In the center we're going to have a raised tier, and since my husband and I will be married 5 years come August 25th, I'm getting another rose bush for right there for our 5th year. So we'll have hostas around this edge, and then we'll have another rose right here in the middle, and it'll be just 1 tier up with rocks. So this is the starting of it, and you can see that it gets shade from our lovely pine trees. I love our pine trees in this section, and the rose will love the pine needles anyway, and hopefully the hosta will do well here in the shade. But the daylilies are going to go all the way from up there to here. Not sure how well they'll do in the shade. They do get moderate sun, but as you can see there in the barn right there, so as you can see right there are a couple of daylilies that are coming up already. Don't know where my camera turned off, but anyway, so right there is where some daylilies are. So they didn't flower last year, but that may be because they were volunteers, so we'll see. Okay, so that is the daylilies. Now the coreopsis, we're going to put the coreopsis here in front of the garage. these daylilies we'll take out, and what I'll do is I'll do a zigzag pattern in that garden so that there will actually be 2 rows, but they'll be kind of together of daylilies so that they'll fill out real nice. So I'll be able to split all these daylilies up, and we're going to remove them totally. And also I just have one little bloop of daylilies right here. A very small daylily bed right there. And again, we'll take those out, and I'll have one of the bigger coreopsis plants here, or smaller, I don't know, we'll find out. And then I'll put the rest of the coreopsis in here. And this one probably will get raised just a bit. We'll probably add some extra dirt in there so it's up a little bit. But I think that'll be a really nice place for it to be. Hopefully we won't disturb it too much. I think by transplanting it early in the springtime, it should have plenty of time to establish, and we will not be moving it again. So that'll be a good place for it. I think that is all the updates from the Martin Gardens for the flowers. Oh no, I'm sorry, we got to do the front bed. So up here in the front of the house, you can see we have a little bit of winter cleanup. Had some branches fall down. That happens every year. So we get our lawnmower next week, so we'll be mowing. Have to pick up all the sticks. My hope is, and I'm going to put this on tape right now, my hope is that we're going to have probably 6 Japanese yew in the front. I've had them before, and they are a really nice grower, really nice hedge. And I think the hedge would end up going maybe a 1/2 to 3/4 high on the brick wall. I think that'll just look really nice. And then again, we can carry in our theme of rocks in front of it. So we'll be doing that. This is my Vinca minor. And one of these days I'm going to move it to a more prominent place, but I kind of like it here at the water hose. I wish it would grow a little bit longer, but you see all the moss that I have here. It doesn't get a whole lot of sun. It stays pretty wet from having the hose here, and we'll have a little hose. We usually curl our hose up right here. So anyway, that's our little Vinca minor. Love purple flowers. The spirea is going to be moved, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the spirea and split it down the middle, and in the back gate, in the backyard, I'll put it on either side of the gate and then just let it get big from there. Last year in our flower pots, I had wave petunia, and I love the silver dust in the center. The wave petunias did not wave quite as much as I wanted them to, so I'm going to try to find something new in there. And then this is a maroon daylily that I absolutely love the color of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the back daylilies out and put them over here where the spirea is. So we'll have these maroon daylilies on both sides of the steps, and that will look really pretty. Again, my husband, my loving husband, the man of my dreams, he cleaned out my flower bed for me this year and cut off all the dead wood. My sedum originally started with 2 bowls of foliage, and now I have this lovely hedge, and this will get probably about 12 inches, 18 inches tall with the greenery, and then the heads will come out, and they're just a beautiful maroon, which I really love. Then in the back half we have our peonies. Last year I was trying to fight the big huge honking flies that we had and the ants that would eat the blooms, and I sprayed it with bug spray, and I killed the peonies. So don't spray your peonies with bug spray. Let the ants do their thing. And so fortunately they have come up this year. Again, these peonies were here originally, and we had maybe a, I don't know, 12-inch bulk of plant material that I split, and I put the peonies in that bed up there for a year. They didn't like it up there, so I brought the peonies back. You'll notice that I have new growth here and here. They're just a small little bit of it. The peonies did double while they were in there. They just didn't bloom very well. I think I had 2 blooms altogether. The ants farmed their aphids in there, and so our blooms I don't know where that cut off, but anyway, I did gain 2 extra small groupings. So now that the peonies are stayed where they're going to be, hopefully they will just continue to grow and we'll have a nice hedge of peonies. And the peonies should come out before the sedum gets too tall, so we'll actually have nice little waves of foliage. And I have to decide what I'm going to put here. I had red salvia here last year and they didn't do real good. Oh my goodness, I have a volunteer pansy. There he is. Come show your little pansy. Actually, that's a viola. Look at the little viola. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Anyway, so I still have to decide what I'm going to do here. I want to have a perennial because it would be nice to not have to mess with this flower bed, just have to weed it. So we'll see what we're going to put there. I haven't decided. I had impatiens there one year and they did really well, so maybe we'll put them there again. We'll see. And then Mom gave me some lilies. These are yellow. They're so pretty. And they're coming up, and obviously they're dividing, so I need to get them in a bigger pot. And who knows, they may end up being in these pots. So we'll see. But now we're back around to the garage, and there we are, back at the beginning. So this is the update of the Martin Gardens. Oh, I suppose we really do need to show you Kimba. Our Kimba tree is doing well, lasted out the winter time. There's our Kimba tree, and look at our new growth on our Kimba tree. Oh, it's gonna get bigger and taller. So happy about that. It had a few things bitten off, but really did well. So there's a Kimba tree. Alright, so that's Marty signing off from the Martin Gardens. There's the boys in the fence, and we'll have more updates for you as we progress. Have a great day.